Your character flaws will be revealed. I know I'm old enough to know this because that's what I've lived. I've lived it my entire life, but I'm going to talk about it in a new way. See, we all come into the world to evolve, and we can't do that unless we become willing to look at our character flaws or doing that shadow work. And that is an individual task that we each undertake, but it's also one that happens in our society and our civilizations, which is what we're moving through now. But I'm talking about this because I had a whole bunch of character flaws that I'm going to talk about now. And it was so surprising because it's the one that most people face in their lives. It's fear and self-doubt. Those are the biggest things because we don't know who we are when we come into the world, and it keeps becoming revealed to us, and we have to keep taking these steps into that unknown of who we are and also into the unknown of our world. And it's really fascinating. I did a channeling session the other day, and I'd love for you to hear it. And it's called, Your Life Reveals Your Purpose, basically. But you'll see it. It's on my YouTube channel. And I had to listen to it after because I'm not there. I'm talking about consciousness now. We all access consciousness in different ways, but unless we're willing to do that, our lives don't become what we want them to be, and then we also do not make a contribution to our world. And many years ago, I changed my life completely. And the reason I did that is because I knew that I had to move in a new direction because I had other work that would be far more valuable for people, the clients I'm working with, but also more important for our planet, for our world. Because I said we're moving through a great restructuring in the world. This is the information that I've received from my Wilhelm. That's what I've done for years since 1988. But telling others about that, that was my character flaw. See, because the thing that I said at the last part of this, it says your story is unique and valuable, which I know that's true for every single person, but why don't we know that? Why haven't we gotten there? Why haven't we understood that? It's because we have to take that step, those steps of self-actualization, ascension, self-development, whatever you might call it, but every single person does the same thing. Because we have to look at it and think, wait a minute, why am I thinking that I am less than some other person? Why am I thinking that I'm more than some other person? What gave me that right? These are the things that we're going to answer, and we're going to answer it during this year of 2024. That's the next thing that I'm doing. And on my next channeling session, which will be on the full moon, it will be talking about that because this year will be a time where we're going to change. And most of that change, a great deal of that change is going to happen in the United States, and you can feel it already. But we must understand it's about energy. It's about the kind of energy we choose to hold within ourselves and what we offer to the world. And I've been withholding a bit. And I'll tell you the story because see, the story is kind of long. When I did started doing automatic writing, that's in '88, but I said I can't tell anybody this because see, then I wouldn't be accepted. Then they would think I something was wrong with me, something was really weird. Even though I'm hiding this for so many years, I've talked about being the reluctant mystic. I hid it for so long until I can no longer do that. But in 2017, I said, okay, I've got to make a complete shift because the world's moving in a new direction. And anyone who's into metaphysics and all of that can probably go back and check dates that I'm talking about and see the changes that have happened in our world during some of these times. But then being told, hearing, because we all hear, we all experience our lives ourselves through our consciousness. But what we haven't taken into consideration is that consciousness has been programmed. It's been programmed before we were born, but then when we are born, it gets programmed when we're youth, when we're young. And then we've got to decide, I'm going to take control of that and start to reprogram myself. That's what we all need to do. See, there's no reason that we should hate ourselves. There's no reason we should hate others because now we don't understand human existence if we're putting that into the world. And that's the character flaw that we're going to begin to see more of. in this year. The reason we're seeing it is because there are great energies that are changing on this planet, and it's going to come up. And so much of it's going to be in the United States. However, we're going to have to remember who we are. See, because when we remember who we are, that means moving beyond those character flaws and really giving up our contradictions. The biggest contradiction that we all make is this one, because we will go to, since this is a Sunday that I'm talking about this, we'll go to church on Sunday, or maybe your Sabbath is on another day. And we will sit there and say, wow, God, Allah, what all that is, has given me everything. Then we walk out of there and we think, nope, don't believe that. Or we say, all people are really born wonderful and equal. And then we look at everyone else and say, no, it's not them, though. And this is what we're going to see more of. And we're going to have to decide. We're going to decide, are we worth it being in the world now? Do we have something that we can offer? Yeah, we do. Every single person does. And that's why I love this work that I'm doing, because it's bringing people to that place. I want to say something else, because we will doubt ourselves. I'm just going to say this. You will doubt yourself because you will be changing this year. Everyone will. Every human will, because it's an energetic thing. And a lot of people are feeling a little afraid. They don't understand what's happening to them, or they're feeling completely lost. And I say to my clients all the time, well, that's a great place to be, because see, we can let go of what you used to be and accept who you have become, then you will evolve, and then you'll help the world do the same thing, because this is what we're going to move through in this next year. But I've really dropped the ball, and I'm changing all of that. I've dropped the ball with some of my members in my program and all of that, because see, I have so much transformational work that I'm going to leave with this world, because I'm determined that I'm going to leave the planet better than what I found it, which is something that we can all do when we decide to become our authentic selves. Your authentic self will never tell you that you're less than another. It won't tell you that you're any more than another either. And that's a level of consciousness and thinking that we're attempting to move to. It doesn't happen overnight. And we can see generations of people that where it never occurred. But this particular time is the most opportune time for all of us now. And that's why I'm going forth with this work. But I was really embarrassed because there were so many things that I couldn't do, that I didn't do, commitments I couldn't keep up with, because I couldn't tell you this is what has happened, that I downloaded this transformational work from my spirit guide, Wilhelm. Didn't make sense to me either, except I go back and listen. And then I said, oh, yeah, that's true. And then everything that I've written in the last 4 years is occurring in our world. But I also know that moving through this next year, we all must love ourselves so much more. And I'm guiding so many to be able to do that. Another funny thing is, like, I told you about my dream about in 2005, I was going to be this spiritual leader. Took that dream, put it in a closet, said, no, I'm not going to do that. Hid. A lot of us do that. We hide from those things that we believe we're meant to do, or can't accept that we are the ones. Somebody else pulled it out of my closet, though, and gave it to me many years ago and said, here, catch up. That's what we're all doing. We're remembering who we can be in this world, on this earth. And the more of us who do that, it will make this transition so much better and so much easier. And that's my commitment. But just understand that what you're going to see within yourself and within others is all those character flaws, let's call them, that are going to emerge. We can't change anything we're not willing to see, that we're not willing to investigate, that we can't look at within us and within our world. It's challenging for me to always talk about this because I'm inherently introverted. People find that really ridiculous, but it's true. And you'll find a lot of entertainers and people like that are introverted as well. So it's not so strange. But we all have something to offer. And that's why I know that every single person's story is valuable, and they were born to offer something to the world. And that's the work that I'm doing, is moving through those limitations, those restrictions, those judgments, those hatred, all of those things, to create great lives for the individual, which turns into great world for us all. All right. See you guys soon. enjoy the channeling session. I'll leave a link. It's on my YouTube channel, but you'll have that. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe to the channel and share with others. I'm going to bring in much more information and talking about these things very openly because we will be moving through some very dynamic, energetic changes in our lives and in the world. All right. I love you guys so much. See you soon.